What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jesus, and today we coming back with another banger, man. But anyways, y'all, today we're basically gonna be reacting to craziest courtroom moments of all time, as you guys can see. And hey, man, with that being said, let's just get straight into it.
Who is facing charges for murder in Michigan. Smith Riley was involved in an armed robbery on November 16, 2013, in Norwood, where he and two other men approached a parked car. Inside the parked car was 20-year-old Portia Brooks and her boyfriend, Aaron Martin. Smith Riley knocked on the window with a handgun and forced Martin, who was in the passenger seat, out of the car. Jaleel then proceeded to go through Aaron's pockets and demanded his cash. Once Jaleel had taken every dollar Aaron had, he then took his life with a shot to the head.
Damn.
Brain damage. However,
Well, nigga, if he's dead, brain damage.
Aaron, he then leaned into the car and fired at Brooks, who was sitting in the car, twice.
Damn.
She died 3 days later.
Damn.
Fortunately, Martin survived the
Right
shooting
there,
and
right there.
sustained serious injury. Before the judge announced the sentence that Jaleel would be facing, Portia's family got the chance to address the jury and the man who took their daughter away from them. Sharon Brooks, Portia's mother, brought the box containing her daughter's ashes to the courtroom, as she had for previous court dates. She stated that Smith Riley had ruined her life and killed her identity as a mother of three.
This is what I have left because of his greed, his selfishness, his complete disregard and disrespect of others and life. As you can see, I get nothing back except the reality that she is gone.
Tia Marie Brooks, Portia's sister, also spoke emotionally and requested that Smith Riley be handed the maximum sentence.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should get with life without parole.
Life without parole.
Who Jaleel shot in the head.
That's messed up,
spoke
bruh.
to the court.
Still.
He's still here with us.
Life, I mean, he took life. That's messed
He'll
up.
always be here.
Life in jail is crazy, depending on what you do, though.
She's our angel looking over us, helping to get through these hard times.
As if Smith Riley's crime was not outrageous enough, his reaction to his sentence was even more dramatic. During the trial on August 11, 2021, Smith Riley pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and attempted murder. However, he later decided to withdraw his guilty plea.
Nigga, what?
The advice of his attorneys.
You gotta be a dumb ass. Why would you plead guilty and then try to not plead guilty? There's no way. Oh my gosh.
Prior to receiving
Oh my gosh.
apologizing in court.
No, no, no. This dumb ass. I am in disbelief, bro. So he pled guilty, found out he was getting the death penalty, then tried to plead like that you didn't do it. Wait, no. He said he did it, then tried to plead guilty. My fault.
Court denied Smith Riley's request and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The 23-year-old monster that is currently behind bars collapsed to the floor.
Damn!
An additional sentence of 11 years.
Yo! Oh my gosh! His ass. That is insane, bro.
Can't be compared to the infamous case of T.J. Lane. This is T.J. Lane, who's facing charges for multiple murders in Ohio. T.J. Lane was a convicted American murderer who gained notoriety after committing a horrific crime at Chardon High School in Ohio. On February 27, 2012, the Ohio Police Department responded to multiple
I got one
calls
thing
from
in mind.
students that there was an active shooter in the building.
Oh my gosh! I knew it. Yes. Hey! Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. Maximum sentence.
The school and headed to the cafeteria. It was here that T.J. Lane
He deserves afterlife on parole. No parole. Afterlife, no parole.
6 people got physically harmed at the hands
Yeah.
of T.J. Lane that day, but hundreds, if not thousands of people left Chardon High School on February 27, 2012, with intangible pain that will last through eternity.
Glances of your friends laying all over the place. There's blood. There's people screaming. Everybody.
Like, dog. Why do people in the world do that?
Trying to get out.
I saw a kid holding
That is
a gun
insane.
going towards a group of kids.
Man.
The look on the gunman's face?
I never looked at his face. I just looked at the gun. I still can't think about it all.
Bro, that makes my stomach just feel weird knowing like it's really people like that really be happening, y'all. Like that is so messed up, bro.
Of attempted aggravated murder and 1 count of felonious assault. As if the murders were not bad enough, Lane showed no remorse for his actions at the trial and refused to cooperate with his attorneys. Instead, he appeared in court wearing a t-shirt with the word killer written on it.
Bro! Oh my gosh!
Sentencing hearing, Lane made a shocking statement.
Bro, who the fuck is this?
The statement caused outrage and disgust.
Bro, what?
Across the entire nation. The judge presiding over the case,
This dude's a crash out. Nah.
Sentenced him to 3 life sentences.
Nah, fuck that. He's worse.
Lane didn't even bat an eyelid when he heard his sentence. He remained emotionless and
nah, bro. He's trying to act. He's trying to play it off, bro. That dude is going through it, bro.
Not every convict remained emotionless after hearing their sentence, like in the case of
Wait.
Ryan Stone.
He really did not give a fuck.
Charges for going on a crime splurge.
I thought he was going to break.
Including kidnapping and assault.
This nigga really. Nah, that last guy got it. I ain't gonna lie.
The chase began after Stone hijacked a car with a 4-year-old boy inside and drove off, leading police on a dangerous pursuit that lasted more than an hour. During the chase, Stone drove up to 100 miles per hour and was reckless in every regard of the word. He's seen here overtaking an innocent civilian on the highway, throwing them out of the car before carrying on in the new vehicle.
This nigga's on that GTA shit.
Here as he exits the highway.
GTA, we got a GTA 6 real life before GTA 6. That is insane.
Before crashing into another car parked in an intersection. Investigators believe this was a sorry attempt at another carjacking.
What the? Why is he moving like a fucking weirdo? This nigga got problems. He should have been locked up before he did this.
He even came inches from taking out a policeman who was trying to place stop sticks on the highway.
Oh, I thought he hit the cop.
And attempted to flee on foot.
Bro, this dude is tripping. He taking another. Oh, I was about to say. Bro. There's no way, like, this guy, what was the point, my nigga? Why would you do all of this? Oh, yeah, get his ass. Lock his ass up.
He was caught on tape boasting about his actions.
I'm telling you, look at his ass. They should have been had his ass locked. This nigga should have been locked up. Why? Bro, I can't be tripping, bro. I can't be the only one thinking this. This nigga was a Grand Theft Auto crash out, my nigga.
Because the news channels are using
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Stone was charged with 26 crimes.
He was trying to make it.
Motor vehicle theft, assault, and eluding police.
Hey, if that's what you got to do to make it, then don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. I was gonna say some bullshit. Do not do that.
Some spoke of physical injuries they had sustained in the crash, while others described the emotional trauma they had experienced due to the incident. Stone spoke at the hearing. He cried, expressed remorse for his actions, and apologized to his victims.
You a dummy.
It's ironic that in the same week, Ryan was captured in the video on the left, laughing and boasting about his crime.
You thought you was finna be famous, my boy? Not my boy. No, you are not my boy. You're a.
Finally realized the severity of
You just a dummy.
Despite his apology,
the
judge in the case was
I don't want nothing to do with him.
noting that Stone had shown a pattern.
But that dude thought he was finna just get away with that. Like, what, bro?
The judge handed down the maximum
He thought he was finna
possible.
maximum
Stone
sentence.
pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to 160 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Stone was in tears when he learned he'd spend the rest of his life in prison.
160 years is insane, though.
Might be sincere. However, some convicts are rather shocked by their sentences, like in the case of Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari.
Like, bro,
Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari, who are facing charges for first-degree murder in Michigan. Seth and Tatiana were the parents of 10-month-old Marianne Welch, who police said died of malnutrition and dehydration due to neglect.
I ain't gonna lie.
2nd, 2018, in Solon Township, Kent County, Michigan. Child Protective Services had been involved with the family since 2014 after THC was found in the system of their firstborn child.
That's
Mary
kind of
weighed only
crazy.
8 pounds at the time of her death.
That is
Her
not
parents
kind of
refused
crazy.
to
That
seek
is
medical help,
major
citing religious
crazy.
reasons and distrust of the medical system. The family home was found to be unhygienic during the initial investigation, with evidence of vermin, insects, and mold. The doctor who performed the autopsy confirmed that Mary was suffering from chronic malnutrition caused by withholding food and water. Seth's call to 911 revealed their level of neglect for their daughter.
And he said, when you found her, she was already believed to be deceased, right? Yes. And that's when you consulted with a lawyer? Yep. Do you believe she was beyond help already? Oh, yeah. She was dead as a doormat.
When in court, the prosecutors made sure to
Bro,
highlight just how neglectful the parents were of their 10-month-old child.
You didn't know that. And don't tell me you didn't intend that because you didn't get her little tush out of that crib. You left her in there. You ignored her because she was an inconvenience.
The couple was initially charged with felony homicide murder in August 2018. In June 2020,
They did not give me time to read that.
murder and sentenced to life
They not.
in
Hold on, her
prison.
husband's convicted of the same charge.
Fusari testified that her husband was abusive and that she was not allowed to take Mary to the doctor.
He got very angry with me. He smacked me across the face and he told me that he knows he said, you know what the I think about doctors. I told you Mary is fine. She's fine, now drop it.
In November 2021, Fusari was sentenced to life without parole for first-degree murder and an additional 15 to 30 years for first-degree child abuse. When the judge pronounced their life sentence, Seth's mouth dropped open in shock. Fusari cried.
He's a troll.
For many people, this couple got what they deserved. However, this wasn't the only time
Hell
the
nah.
got a sentence that felt like justice. There was the case of Estabon Carpio. This is Estabon Carpio.
Who the
He
fuck?
faces charges for murder in Rhode Island. Carpio is an American murderer who killed a detective at a Providence police station in 2005. Providence Police Detective Sergeant James L. Allen and another detective were questioning Carpio at the Providence Police headquarters for accosting an 85-year-old woman, Madeline Gata. According to police reports, the second detective left to the third-floor interview room to retrieve some water. It was here where things took a turn for the worse.
Carpio had asked for water, and the two detectives that were in there with him, one left to go get the water and locked the door behind him. And they tragically heard Detective Allen say, I think he's going to kill me. He's got my gun, he's going to kill me. By the time they broke it down, the officer was dying, and Carpio had jumped out the window.
Damn.
However, he was
His
released
ass
15 minutes
was
later
quick.
amid struggles with the police, but that was not the end of the drama. Due to the risky jump and struggles with the police, Carpio sustained injuries. When it came time for his sentencing,
Like, what the
Carpio
fuck
faced
happened to his
medical treatment
face?
designed to keep him from spitting at or biting others. His face was red, bruised, and swollen. When he appeared in court, his family members screamed and accused the police of brutality. The family believed that they forced him to wear the mask to try and hide the brutal revenge beating they gave Carpio behind closed doors.
That is his ass ugly, y'all.
Carpio's aunt went on live TV to say this.
Gross police brutality. He was mentally ill, and he needed help, and we couldn't get it. We tried and tried, and he didn't deserve this.
However, Providence Police Chief Dean M. Esserman argued that Carpio's injuries were sustained when he jumped from the third-floor interview room.
Nigga jumped from 3 floors. That's why his ass look. But I didn't know it was. I don't think he just maybe jumped through a window, but like not 3 floors.
Injuries are incident to arrest, meaning if he's fighting the police officers, the officers have the right to use whatever force necessary to subdue.
Bro, damn, his face. And you do not need to wear a mask.
Murder of Detective Allen and the stabbing of Madeline Gata. Despite his plea of insanity,
Just don't stab. I mean, not. Don't spit at people. That's stupid. You act like.
Later, in an attempt to win over the jury, he was heard apologizing for his actions.
Every day, I face the facts of what I did and what happened.
Carpio claimed
Duh.
mental illness at the time of the crime, but the court didn't entertain the claim.
You thought you was gonna get a day off? My nigga, what?
How does he compare to Cayla Mendoza, who
Thought you was gonna get a vacation?
The same night she took 2 girls' lives in a deadly drunk driving crash. This is Cayla Mendoza,
Ms. Mendoza, to 2 counts of DUI manslaughter. That's count 1 and count 3. How do you plead?
Who is facing charges for double manslaughter, among other charges, in Florida. The 20-year-old woman who was not licensed to drive was convicted of the murder of 2 women while drunk driving in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on November 17, 2013. Before the crash, Mendoza went to a local bar with her manager and colleagues from her job, where she drank 2 fishbowl margaritas. A few hours later, Mendoza got behind the wheel of a Hyundai Sonata and drove the wrong way on the Sawgrass Expressway.
Cayla hopped into a car
Bro,
the wrong way down the freeway and
how dumb do you gotta be?
collided head-on with another car, killing these 2 beautiful young women, Marissa Petronio and Caitlin Ferrante, both just 21.
Mendoza was charged
I ain't gonna lie, that hurts.
with DUI manslaughter while impaired, 2 counts of DUI
Lock her ass up, dog.
unlawful blood alcohol,
Lock her ass up.
2 counts of vehicular homicide, and 2 counts of driving without a license causing death. Mendoza's
And she didn't have a license.
Sonata involved in the crash.
That's why she was fucking going the wrong way on the freeway.
Her tweet was directed toward him.
The Too Drunk to Care tweet was for my boyfriend because he was upset I was out, hanging out with them and with Marcelo drinking because he wanted me to be home.
The Ferrante and Catronio families filed lawsuits against Mendoza, her boyfriend, the T-Mobile store where Mendoza was employed, and the Tijuana Taxi Company. On May 4th, 2015, 2 months after pleading guilty to 2 DUI manslaughter charges, Mendoza was sentenced to 24 years in prison. Mendoza was apologizing
24?
for trial, which
That's
was
it?
her apology
24?
How much time passes, I'm gonna live with that in my heart every day.
After her sentence,
Nigga,
also serves
you should be locked up every day. Live with it locked up every day from now on for the rest of your life.
remorse showed that she may yet be saved. However,
Life sentence?
cannot be said.
24 years, bro. They gave my nigga 160. 160 years for stealing like maybe 3 cars and crashing them bitches. She killed 2 people, bruh.
Charles in the back during a drug deal
In only 24 years.
16th, 2012. To make matters worse, this wasn't even Dunn's first encounter with law enforcement.
To prison twice for possessing a firearm.
That's so backwards, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
He committed another shooting a month before this murder. And he's shown 0 remorse.
Prosecutors urged the jury to impose the maximum sentence, noting that Adrian had an extensive criminal history and had shown no remorse for the murder. Prosecutor Jason Goss can be seen here holding the hand of the victim's parents. Before arguing to the jury that a life sentence was necessary to prevent another family from suffering, as Charles' family had.
Her son, who has to suffer, and this family who has to suffer because of the defendant. And that's why we're asking you for a life sentence.
If you thought the crimes were horrendous, wait till you see how Adrian reacted to his sentence. Throughout the trial, Adrian showed no remorse and couldn't have been less concerned. He was found guilty of the crime. Still, his attorney argued that a sentence of 35 to 40 years would be more appropriate. His reasoning?
Don't give Adrian a chance to go into prison and try to make something of himself so that when he gets out, if he ever gets out, he can try to be an asset to our community.
However, the jury deliberated for just 2 hours before returning with a sentence of life in prison. As the jury's decision was read out, Adrian began to fight with Bexar County Sheriff's deputies, attempting to escort him from the courtroom.
You guys got to fighting?
Was marked by profanity.
Nigga, now you not really getting out at all.
Subdued and removed from the court. Adrian's case can be termed a drug case gone bad. However, while he remains stoic and combative, there are other convicts who break down in court and feel genuine remorse for their actions, like in the case of Ellis Nelson Ortiz Nieves. This is Ellis Nelson Ortiz Nieves.
The bruises, some of the bruises were in the shape of a belt buckle.
Man, I ain't gonna let you sit here and say no crazy shit about me, man. No, man, because he's saying shit he don't even know, man.
I ain't gonna lie though. If it's wrong, I'll be like, bro, come on, bro. I ain't gonna do what he just did, but I'm like, bro, that's not even true, bro.
Was the son of Ortiz Nieves' girlfriend, Sonia Hernandez. Sonia claimed she had no involvement in the crime. However, her neighbor had a different side of the story.
Sonia was well aware. She was well aware of what was happening because
she told him that was his responsibility.
I'd be like, yeah, I know I did all that, but you not finna try to sit here and say I did that. You feel me? That's what I'd be saying. I wouldn't have been like, come up the fuck, nigga, you ain't finna. That's what I wouldn't have did all that.
Gaines Township trailer, where Ortiz Nieves was left to care for several children under 11. It was here that they found Giovanni left on the kitchen floor. An autopsy showed that Giovanni died from internal bleeding caused by an abdominal tear, which would have been caused by an adult, not a child.
Damn, an abdominal tear, like how? Inside your body?
Can be heard condemning Ortiz Nieves' actions.
That probably gotta fucking hurt.
Strong words and insisting that he should never be allowed out of prison.
You are the lowest form of human life that I've been able to observe or see. That you committed this murder and that you beat this little boy to death.
The judge described the injuries suffered by Giovanni before his death.
And he was finna crash out in the courtroom, so lock his ass up. He's still finna crash out.
You had put cigarettes out on this poor little child. There was evidence of that from the pictures.
Lock his ass up, bruh. Why these dudes gotta be, bro? Get his, bro. Why is he fighting back? Shoot his ass. Somebody get his ass. Get the hawk on that nigga.
Nieves was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole and was given a sentence of 80 to 150 years for first-degree child abuse. Ortiz Nieves' reaction might suggest that he is guilty.
Seeing her burning kids with cigarettes, dog, that's insane, bro.
Emotionally to their sentence. There is the case of Jordan Fuss. This is Jordan Fuss.
I'm sorry. I wish it was me. I did not deserve it. I did.
Facing charges for manslaughter in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The 22-year-old was found guilty of DUI manslaughter in a 2014 crash that claimed the life of 6-year-old Santiago Geraldo. Fuss, shaking uncontrollably as he entered the courtroom with his family, had a blood alcohol level of 0.21%, which is more than twice the legal limit. He was traveling over 90 miles per hour on Sterling Road.
Damn!
For Infinity G35.
Nigga!
Another vehicle at Davie Road just before midnight on October 3rd.
Oh my god, why'd you turn so slow?
Prosecutors had sought the maximum sentence for the crime.
And why did you not slow down?
For a reduced sentence, stating that his client had been so remorseful that he had contemplated suicide.
Nigga, I would've been like, on that turn. Nigga, I would've, bro, why did he not? His ass, he really like stopped right there, to be honest.
Santiago's father took the stand and had this to say while staring directly into Jordan's eyes.
May God forgive you, because I can't. You didn't just take my son's life, you took mine too.
Ouch. Ah. Dang, that hurt, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It was me. I did not deserve it. I did.
He also expressed his love for his family members and girlfriend, whom he met online.
Well, saying that really ain't gonna do anything, but ouch, that hurt too.
Imposes the lowest permissible prison sentence allowable by Florida's Criminal Punishment Code, 14.625 years.
He continued crying as he learned his fate.
I love you guys so much. I love you.
Fuss
they do not love you. You're making it worse, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Antonio Barbo, a 13-year-old who murdered his own grandmother for money to buy pizza and pot. This is Antonio Barbo.
This fucking crash out. Lock his ass up. I don't even want to hear the story. Lock his ass up.
Rather than trying to explain what this 14-year-old monster did, let's hear it directly from the mouth of the killer.
I tried to scare her to get money and then use force if needed. An attack, I guess to kill.
The boys hid weapons in their pants before catching a ride to be dropped off at Antonio's grandma's house. What happened when the boys got inside is shocking.
She knew I was on the run and she said she was going to call my mom. He nodded and then I took the first swing.
Okay, and when you say you took the first swing, is with the hand axe?
Yes, sir.
Antonio also said that he tried to put his great-grandmother's body in a car trunk, but when he couldn't, he left it in the garage and covered it with a blanket. Judy, Barbara's granddaughter, was the person who discovered the body. She quickly ran to a neighbor's house to call the police.
Please send an ambulance and the police. My mother
Bro.
in the garage.
and there's a lot of blood, and there's a blanket over her head. There's a lot of blood.
How did the blanket get over her?
I have no idea.
And how old is your mother?
She's 78.
And is she
Oh.
breathing?
I don't know. I can't look. The blanket is over her head, and I can't look.
Okay, who's there with you?
I hope it's not the neighbor.
Okay, can the neighbor check if she's breathing?
Oh,
You don't have to go and look. You don't have to go. If your neighbor can just go and check if she's breathing.
Okay.
Why would you want anybody? Why, bro? Why, bro?
I need to know if she's breathing.
While Judy and her neighbor are left.
Why, bro? Why would this kid do that, bro? This kid killed his grandmother.
You can see Barbo reading a
Over 100 and something. It don't even matter.
Barbo said he regretted his actions. Regardless of his apologies, Barbo was sentenced to life imprisonment as he continued crying.
Thank you.
However shocking you think Barbo's case was, LaShirley Morris's case gives it a run for its money. This is LaShirley.
Oh my gosh, bro. Why did I watch this video, bro?
LaShirley is accused of killing 3-year-old Kaywan Mason. The cause of death was physical abuse with a baseball bat, which was later ruled as a homicide. The incident occurred October 21st, 2017, when Morris beat the boy as punishment. But what punishment could be so severe that a child is beaten to death? Well, listen here.
And then a violent death for taking a cupcake from the kitchen.
A child who was inside the home.
Oh my god. Oh, it's just getting worse and worse.
No, he's not alert. He was breathing at first. Then he's not breathing.
Morris's sister, Glendria Morris, was also charged in the child's death because she did not intervene during the incident. The victim
You didn't save?
lived with Glendria Morris, who was also his legal guardian at the time of the alleged killing. Kaywan and 3 of his siblings entered the Division of Family and Child
Beat her son to death
after their mother was
over a cupcake.
Conduct charge in March 2017. According to DFCS records, Mason allegedly left her children home alone, had anger issues, and abused the children. Geraldine Mason, the victim's mother, was released in April 2017.
Dog. Bro, I feel so bad for that little boy. He is no longer with us over a cupcake.
The 911 call LaShirley made showed that the baby was already dead before first responders arrived. LaShirley Morris was found guilty of murder, aggravated assault, and cruelty to children charges, and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to murder. LaShirley's actions were horrible. However, Hoskins' reaction seemed to top it.
The fuck?
This is Jaleel Hoskins, who is facing charges for murder in Michigan for the murder of his girlfriend Latrice Mays. Mays, a mother of 5, disappeared in March of 2013. Her sudden and mysterious absence led to her family wanting answers and ultimately a nationwide search. Initially, Hoskins denied being involved with the murder whatsoever.
I have nothing to do with the murder. I have nothing to do with the disappearance.
However, Hoskins quickly changed his plea when he heard the testimonials and evidence being argued against him.
Damn.
First, Hoskins' own cousin took the stand.
After the domestic or whatever happened, I guess she, after they left, she said she was gonna tell the police that he stabbed her about doing it.
Doing what?
Killing her. I guess he choked her or something.
Bro.
Yes.
Then, one of Hoskins' close friends took the stand.
Damn, he snitched.
I need her. I need some help. I can't carry it by myself.
Lastly, on the same day of the murder, police dashcam footage showed them responding to a call Latrice had made in which she claimed Hoskins was abusing her. After hearing the piles of evidence against him, Hoskins was forced to change his plea. Hoskins pleaded guilty to the murder of Latrice Mays and also admitted to tampering with the evidence. Hoskins, a habitual criminal offender, decided to take Mays' life because he was afraid she would report his assault on the father of 2 of her children to the police. Hoskins was initially charged with
That loud-ass
murder,
click.
which carries a mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole. Mays was afraid she would not regain custody of 2 of her children if she did not cooperate with law enforcement in the assault against the children's father. Hoskins was given a maximum life sentence in prison as a repeat offender. He attacked the podium before being restrained by police. Hoskins' reaction was
My nigga, what the fuck is he doing?
Prepare you for the reaction of Ricky Hand. This is Ricky Hand.
Why does that crash out?
Man possibly facing new charges tonight after he throws urine and feces on his attorney in court.
Did you just give me 40 years?
Who was facing charges for multiple robberies in Ohio. Ricky had been on a robbing spree, hitting numerous local convenience stores late at night and running off with some extra cash. However, this crime spree would soon come to an end the night he decided to try his luck with John's drive-thru. In the footage here, we can find the owner of the shop beginning to close down for the night. Little did this small business owner know, there was an armed Ricky Hand lurking the building. As Ricky began to make his way to the door, he's greeted by the owner who is armed and begins firing to scare Ricky off.
Damn.
After his failed robbery attempt, the shop owner called the police to inform them that there had just been a robbery attempt that resulted in a man getting shot.
That nigga a badass. How the fuck he know?
Yeah, this is John's drive-thru. It's West Main Street. A guy just tried to rob me and I shot him. He ran out the back door.
This nigga cold, bruh.
I think I hit him.
It would only take a couple of days for Ricky to admit himself to a hospital in order to treat the bullet
This stupid ass.
drive-thru with that night.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy, bro.
And questioned him about that night.
I did try to rob John's drive-thru. Got shot 3 times.
3 times?
When the case took to the courtroom,
Damn.
Hand was sentenced to 40 years. The reason the judge gave such a long sentence is because they were also able to prove he was guilty for carrying out a string of robberies across Springfield, Ohio.
This is
Hand
stupid
lost
ass.
that he would spend decades in jail. Hand reached for bottles of his own excrement and urine, which were hidden in his arm sling. Lawyer in court. You can see Hand reach for the bottles of filth. As a result of the courtroom incident, Hand was charged with an additional 5 counts of harassment with bodily substances, 1 for his attorney and 4 for the deputies present.
This nigga nasty as fuck.
Retaliation.
He threw his body juice on that nigga. This dude, no, hell nah, hell nah. Shut your ass up. Let me get this straight. He didn't even throw it on a judge. My nigga threw it on the only nigga trying to help him. The only person trying to help him. He threw his body liquids, body fluids on that nigga. That is nasty as fuck. Dawg. And he got shot 3 times. No, bro. This nigga, oh my goodness, bro. He needs, bro, bro, I have no words, bro. Hey, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know, you know what I'm saying. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. I love y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, and we out. Peace!